Call this meeting to order. Senate Rules Standing Committee, February 25th, 2026, in the year of our Lord. All right, let's start off with a prayer. Our leader over there looks like he's in the mood to do some talking, so why don't you lead us in a word of prayer?
All right, Chairman, let's talk to God.
Into the mic, sir.
Number one,
God can't hear you.
Mr. Chairman, we can talk afterwards. He can hear you when you're not
He's
talking.
watching live stream.
Yeah, he's watching something with you. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us together today. I pray that you watch safely over our family as every human being that is in this building as we travel, come and go, and we also are doing your will. I pray that you watch over Chairman Brass as he proceeds to lead this meeting and his endeavors as a senator, that he's quick to listen and slow to speak as you lead him forward. Amen.
Amen, brother. Amen. Wow.
Well, I heard that.
The book of James.
I certainly listened to that.
Jesus said no pigs.
Yeah, whoa. That's right.
Chairman,
Well-
taught the book of James.
On a lighter note,
Sorry, y'all.
we do have a birthday by one of our committee members today. Senator Gooch, happy 80th birthday.
80 minus 21.
So 59.
59, you're
It's
good.
good math.
Basic math.
Basic math. Oh, very good.
It comes with time. You'll see. Well, wait a minute. You're older than me already.
All right. Anything you want to say on your birthday?
I have so much to say. I don't know where to start, but I'm just happy to be alive. The Lord's blessed me for 59 years. I hope I'm still around for 50 more.
Nothing about your children or anything?
Well, I love them too, and I hope they live for 50 more. So.
Good.
Okay. Good stuff. All right. You've got an agenda in your folders. SB 447, Senator Dixon. You should have a sub. Looks like we're working off of LC 47410-2S, as in Sierra. Is that the correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go through the bill quickly and then through the changes.
Give him the microphone. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, we just made a couple of changes to the bill. What it does, it's a permitting bill dealing with land disturbance permits, and it puts a shot clock of 45 days for a municipality to turn around that permit. And then on resubmittals, or if there's comments that need to be made and addressed, they've got 14 days to turn around the resubmittal. And what we had in there as far as a stick was that if there was no response from the municipality, that they would potentially be liable for damages or attorney's fees if the applicant had been damaged, and then also that they would lose their sovereign immunity. What this does, it changes it back to what we originally had, where the project would be deemed approved, would be the stick. So that's the change on that one. And then also added some language to define a completed application. And we just added some language in there just to define, what was completed, because that's when the shot clock would start of the 45 days. And those were the two changes, Mr. Chairman.
Got a question from Senator Gooch.
Chairman Dixon, I haven't read it, so I don't know what's in it. So if the applicant, developer, homeowner, whomever, submits the application for land disturbance and the shot clock starts immediately, if the county or the city marks it up, redlines it, sends it back, does the shot clock start over?
That's correct.
After those submittals?
Yeah, that
So
would be the resubmittal
What's to
timeline.
keep them from gaming that out, being the local governments? They could just redline it every time they turn it in and
Yeah, no,
How
great.
many times can they do that?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, and you do see that in some municipalities. In here, in the bill, we've also got where municipalities have to have a, clear criteria of what, what is required. Even including, I know of a development last year where the font size kicked it back just to change the font size, so even have that included in there, so you make sure, got that, so you can get rid of some of those frivolous kickbacks.
So you feel like you've addressed all that in here?
Yes, and then it also requires municipalities to have kind of a real-time where they can see on the website where the permit is, and it has to be updated every 24 hours
Gotcha.
to hold them accountable. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have any other questions from the committee for the author?
You're welcome.
Hearing none. Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak for or against this bill? Rise and speak. Senator Summers, did you want to speak? Did you want to speak? This, sir, this bill. Okay, you look like you wanted to. Okay. All right, no questions. What's the will of the committee? I got a motion do pass from Senator Anna Vitarte. I got a second from Senator Albers. Passed by committee sub LC 474102S. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. And motion carries unanimous. All right, moving on, we've got SR 668, Senator Dolezal. We are working off of LC 590390S.
Members of the committee, this bill passed out of finance. For those on the finance committee, if you recall, this bill essentially allows the creation of a separate class of property for ad valorem tax purposes. And Senator Calzert and Gooch, you guys had some concern over the inclusion of manufacturing facilities in the bill, and what we're doing in the substitute is removing that. So if you look at the original version, LC 501290, which is also in your folder, on line 13 you will see real property used primarily for the manufacturing, assembly, processing, or storage of products. That has been struck in the substitute to now read primarily for housing electronic equipment that is primarily used to process, store, or transmit digital information and data. So the original version of the bill was going to allow a municipality to create a separate class of property for manufacturing or data centers that they could either keep at the same millage rate or lower the millage rate or raise the millage rate. But whatever they did with the millage rate, it had to be done with an eye towards lowering the property taxes for everyone else. The current version of the bill only applies to data centers. So we've often heard, well, we can eliminate local property taxes if a data center comes in. This is the vehicle to do that, because this allows the municipality to create a separate class of product under the new version of the bill, only applicable for data centers. And then in the bill, and it's the constitutional amendment, in the amendment and the resolution, they have to use that to lower the taxes for other classes of property. So currently with the uniformity clause, you have to have an identical millage rate across classes of property. This would eliminate that for data centers and allow you to have a data center that had a millage rate that was separate from the millage rate of other classes of property.
You gotta look this up. Okay. Again, we're working off of LC 590390S. That was mainly for my vice chairman. You good?
So essentially, Mr. Chairman, this passed pretty overwhelmingly out of Senate Finance, but the members I talked to who did have pause that voted against it, this change alleviates their express concern, pulls manufacturing completely out of the bill, and has the only applicable class of property be data centers.
And this is a constitutional amendment
This-
needing 2/3 vote.
That's correct.
Wise decision. Senator, again, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess one of the questions I ask on this is when I look at data centers, and I'm one of those people that believe they're a great investment in communities and pay a lot of taxes, but I know if we tax them at a higher rate or higher than everything else, they probably won't come to Georgia. And if you separate them, are there local governments that could say, hey, we want to incentivize a data center, so we're going to drop the rate for data centers more so than we would, because a lot of times, in an economic development project, there's incentives that are done to bring an industry into a community. And to me, when you separate them out, what's to say from any local government that says, okay, hey, they're a special class, we can drop their millage rate to half of what the other millage rate is for the other ratepayers in the county.
I mean, my understanding is full local control.
Yeah, I didn't fully follow the question, but if you look online.
He said, I think the question is if they wanted, if the local municipality wanted to have a lower millage rate.
They
than
could
did.
abate taxes altogether like they're doing now.
Exactly.
They can make no change whatsoever like they're doing now. There's nothing prescriptive in this. This just gives them a tool in their toolbox. And let's pretend for a second that your millage rate is 10 mils. But a data center's coming in, this would allow you to move the residential millage rate to 0, move the data center to 5 mils if that works to fund your budget. It just allows you to detach the data centers. Nothing in here is prescribing a tax increase for data centers. This just allows the separation of that. And like you mentioned, Mr. Chairman, this is completely optional for the local municipalities.
Okay. All right, Senator Jackson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To the bill's author, I just don't know enough about ad valorem taxes. Are there other classes of ad valorem taxes beyond essentially, I guess, real property taxes? Because the reason why I'm asking is, in theory, if there are other classes, someone could adjust the data center millage up in order to offset the cost of another class that still doesn't actually help individuals who are living there. So that's why I'm not aware of how many classes we already have.
Sure. So the ones that I'm aware of, and that this may not be exhaustive, but is commercial and residential. And you would have the ability to have a separate class outside of commercial. I'm not sure if tax digest, I know zoning law obviously has, like in my municipality, we have M1, for example, is a zoning classification. And so this allows, again, didn't hear the end of your question, but it could allow the lowering of other, I think this is what you're asking, it could allow the lowering of other classes of commercial property in addition to residential, yes.
Is there anything in here, though, that makes sure that it absolutely includes residential lowering?
It just says other tangible property, I think is what you're keyed in, maybe there on line 28. This would not, the vision here is not that it would only have to apply to residential. The vision here is that it could also lower the existing property taxes for commercial property in addition to residential property.
I hear you saying in addition. I'm just helping, can you show me on the line where it makes sure that residential property taxes are lowered as a result?
Well, you have to, essentially it doesn't carve out the uniformity clause. Right now, you can't have separate classes of property at all. And so if you're going to lower the millage rate will be the same minus any sort of homestead exemptions or exemptions that exist in current tax law. So for commercial property, it would move with the residential property. And so if it is the process of lowering the tax rate, that is prescribed in the bill, and keep in mind, this is the CA, we still have to do the enabling legislation, but you would be looking to move the entire tax digest of the county.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, does anyone from the audience want to speak for or against this bill? All right, what is the will of the committee?
Motion do pass.
We got a motion do pass of SR 668 by committee sub LC 590390S from Senator Steele. I got a second from Senator Anderson. Is there any further discussion? All right, all in favor, raise your right hand. All right.
He's so far left.
I got 16.
You got your left up too, didn't you?
All right, all opposed? I got Jackson and Robertson. The Whip Caucus. Way to stand strong. Okay, motion carries. On the rules you go. All right, we're gonna gavel. We're good in standing? We're done. All right. Gaveling out of standing committee, and we are gaveling in to look at the calendar, former calendar. So now we are on our consideration calendar. And just as a note, if you have presented and don't want to present, you don't have to. But highly recommended. So, nobody's got anywhere to go, so let's just go down the list. SB 34, Senator Huffstettler.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, the description's a little bit outdated now on the prohibition, but it's a bill to deal with costs incurred from from the electric services to commercial data centers.
Okay. Any questions? No questions. Okay, SB 157, Senator Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a retirement bill that allow people who did not sign up and join the legislative retirement after they served 4 years, if they left the legislature and came back later, that they can buy back into the system.
All right, any questions? No questions. Senate Bill 198, Senator Albers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senate Bill 198, same with the legislative retirement system. Just make sure it's always funded at 120%, no state tax dollars, and then the Board of Trustees will set the benefit to make sure it's always fiscally responsible and never has any state tax dollars.
All right, any questions? No questions. Senate Bill 230, Senator Steele.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a very important bill for condo owners in our state. We have not updated the cap on deductibles in almost 2 decades, so this just allows unit owners to be able to buy insurance where the cap shall not exceed, changing it from $5,000 to $25,000. And we also added a friendly amendment in committee 33 through 38 in the bill about timely notification if there is any change in the master policy deductible.
All right, any questions? All right, Senate Bill 240, Senator Williams.
Yes, sir. This is changing the Georgia flower from the Cherokee Rose, which is an import from China, to the Sweet Bay Magnolia, which is natural flower here in Georgia, and it's also a natural butterfly.
Also
attractor.
what?
Natural butterfly attractor.
Oh, okay. And I have letters on my desk from both Cherokee groups that they are good with this change.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good bill. All right, Senate Bill 261, Senator Harbin. It's all right. Come forward. Come forward. One call, I was just thinking that. One call, that's all. All right, everybody good? Everybody, no injuries? All right, let's see if our microphone works.
Does it work, sir?
It works.
Thank you, sir.
You got the floor.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. SB 261 is a magistrate retirement bill. It basically does not use any state tax dollars. It is allowing them to change their board of directors and to put more money into their own retirement fund.
All right, go ahead and do Senate Bill 399.
399 is our Mason Sales AED Coordination Act, and it is coordinating the location of AEDs with 911 services around the state to help when someone calls 911, they will know where the AED is, and also it is including training for the 911 operators on the operation of the AEDs.
All right, any questions on that? None. All right, go ahead and do Senate Bill 425.
425 is requiring what's happening, cursive writing to be taught in all of our schools. What's happened in the past, when we changed to Common Core, many of our young people do not know even how to sign their own name. This would make it required that they use cursive writing and teach cursive writing in our schools. It's not across the board. There are some schools that are teaching cursive, but not all, and this would mandate it that they teach it.
Was Common Core not math? Or was that more multiple subjects?
Don't know, in one of the comments, that's what was there.
All right, well, I'm not going to ask too many questions. Any other questions? Senate Bill 441, go ahead and cover that for us.
Yes, sir. This is the local, or LGIPs, which is the Local Government Investment Pool. What this does currently is $82 billion that is managed by the board of with the treasurer of the state of Georgia. And what this does is that if there are municipalities or cities that want to invest outside of the pool that they manage, it would require their approval. And it's a safety net for those to be able to have the resources of our state that already manage most of the money of the state.
All right, Senator, you've been busy.
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions for the 72 bills he just presented? All right, yeah, sure, Senator, whatever your name is.
From the 16th,
Yes.
the Magistrate Retirement Fund,
Yep.
do you know what that fund is currently funded at?
You mean as far as locationally?
No. I mean, where the amount, is it, somebody told me it's like at 150% right now?
Is that correct? That is correct, 150%.
Okay, thank you. And
Yep.
changing the board, what are you attempting to do there?
Well, change of the board, but also allowing them to put more money in it, and there was a physical note on it. It makes no difference as far as any effect
Okay,
on the
thank
investment.
you, and I've yet to run across a physical note here in the Capitol, but I do appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
All right, any other questions? No more questions.
Thank you, sir.
Senator Setzler, SB 405, I think you got another one.
Mr. Chairman, SB 405 simply raises the threshold for small claims court from $15,000 to $50,000, allowing folks to represent themselves without an attorney to resolve small claims. Glad to take questions.
All right, no questions. HB 377.
377 has been changed. What it has now is the contents of what was Senate Bill 51, which passed 51-2 in the Senate, that established the process of qualification-based selection for architects and engineers.
All right, any questions? No questions. Thank you. That's the shortest time you've ever been to a microphone. I'm so proud of you. We might name this Ed Setzler Day at the Capitol. Therapy is work. All right. Let's see. Senator Summers.
Yes, sir.
Come on up, or down, however you want to call it.
Once again, Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for having me. 443, that's a
We're honored to have you.
443 is a very common sense bill, Mr. Chairman. It simply says people cannot block roads, and they can't lay it down in the street, and they can't do this, and they can't do that. But they can protest all they want to as long as they do it legally and according to the law.
Okay. Any questions? No questions. All right. Senator Williams, SB 454.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is, talks about the doorstop. This is, was vetted in public safety. This is a safety device that you can block the door in a school shooter situation, and it outlines through the fire code what is allowable and not allowable, and it does not violate ADA.
Okay. Are there any questions? Moving on. Senate Bill 458, Senator Goodman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have two bills. You mind if I speak on both of them?
You go right ahead.
Okay, 458 is the home inspector licensure bill. I think committee's familiar with that. It also requires home inspectors to have liability insurance. And the other bill that you have before you is Senate Resolution 800, creating a joint House and Senate study committee on the sustainability of family farms in Georgia.
Any questions? All right. Senate Resolution 800.
Yes, sir.
Go for it. Oh,
I just did, yes, sir.
oh, what was the other one?
The
You
first
did
one
them
was-
both?
Yes, sir. I'm getting faster, Mr. Chairman. I did.
You're
And,
like
and
Flash.
Senate instead of Senate, excuse me.
All right. Well, good job.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I couldn't even keep up. All right. Senator Cowser, SB 468.
It requires homeless sex offenders to report their whereabouts or living conditions and their employment to the Sheriff's Department or the registry.
All right. Any questions? All right. Senate Bill 470, Senator Albers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is the Emergency and Public Safety Signal Protection Act to make all signal jammers illegal.
Okay. Any questions? Senate Bill 471, Senator Dolezal.
For jamming, baby.
Bill 471 removes the sunset on the Unmasked Georgia Students Act.
Okay.
Do you want me to talk about 486?
No, let me
Okay.
get through the guys that aren't on the committee. Senate Bill 472, Senator Hickman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will talk slower today. 472 protects
I don't
students.
know, that'll help.
Senate Bill 472 protects students and families by holding school districts accountable for financial management and mismanagement. And I think we all are very familiar with what we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Any
you, sir.
questions? All right,
Thank
that
you,
all
sir.
you got? Yep. Okay, moving on. Senator Watson of the SAM. SB 478.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, this is amending our Georgia Outdoor Stewardship Act, which is a monumental piece of legislation that we passed back in 2018. We're just creating a sunset on it of 2039, and then we're allowing for more monies to be transferred into that fund so that we can preserve more land and continue to protect our natural resources in our state.
It's been a great program. It's
Yes, sir.
certainly been valuable in my area. Okay, any questions? All right, HB 244, you're carrying that for Representative Cannon. You want to?
Yes, sir. That's the audit bill. It's allowing some of our smaller local governments to fall in and not have to submit the annual reporting. Just to try to help some of the local governments don't have all the accounting resources available to meet all the demands that allow them eligible for all of our state and federal monies that come down to local governments. It's somewhat of a department bill as well.
Okay, any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Senate Bill 482 is Senator Strickland's. That's his mugshot bill. I don't think he's out there. That's his can't profit off of mugshots, essentially. All right, Senate Bill 485, Senator Payne.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill simply allows students in their final semester of a Master of Social Work program to sit for their licensure exam before they graduate in their last semester.
All right. No questions. Senator Dolezal, back to 486.
6 is the American Laws for American Courts bill, ensures that only American laws are used in American courts, and additionally prevents tribunals being set up that recognize foreign law that may violate the constitutional rights of American citizens.
Okay. Any questions? No questions. Senate Bill 497, Senator Dixon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is the Parents' Bill of Rights. It requires school systems to notify parents if a student meets with a school counselor. It also has a carve-out in there that notification wouldn't be required if it was suspected of child abuse or if the notification could cause the child harm.
Okay. Any questions? No questions. All right, Senator Hodges, are you with us? There you are. Senate Bill 500.
Chairman, this is an agency bill for the Georgia Board of Healthcare Workforce.
That's a hint.
They have established a,
An agency?
no, but they've got a listing of healthcare providers across the state. And what this bill does is they've got 5 licensing, they have agreements with 5 licensing agencies to show those licensed doctors. This adds 9 agencies to that, so we'll have a better picture of the number of healthcare providers across the state and where they are, and this bill helps them manage that process.
Okay, any questions? Thank you. All right, Senate Bill 501, Senator Robertson.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Senate Bill 501 just is a department bill that updates provisions within the title.
Which department?
Department of Fire and Safety and Insurance, Commissioner John King's department.
Okay. All right.
I can do the second one if you want me to, or I can wait.
No, we'll hold off.
Okay.
Senator Dickerson, your first bill still hadn't got out of here.
Thank you,
What's
Mr.
the
Chairman.
problem?
This is Senate Bill 513 that addresses chronic absenteeism in our public school systems.
What is that? Yeah, way to be a leader. We had a question. Who was it? Senator Dolezal, you had a question?
Yeah. 2 questions, Mr. Chairman, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'll allow.
This, it looks like the bill came out of the Education and Youth Committee. Senator, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Who are the chairman and vice chairman of the Senate Education and Youth Committees?
Repeat that question one more time, please.
Who are the chairman and vice chairman
He's
of the
stalling.
Senate Education and Youth Committees?
Senator Hickman will be the chairman, and Senator Payne is the vice chair.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Follow-up question: do you have a physical note for this bill?
No, sir, I do not.
All right. Any other questions for the gentleman on his first bill?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're getting off easy, man. Easy. I'm gonna have to get a new committee. If y'all can't come up with new material. Senate Bill 527, Senator Robertson. And don't say it's an agency bill.
Mr. Chairman, this is a department bill, Sheriff's Department. What this does is just require that individuals who qualify to run for sheriff are post-certified law enforcement officers.
Good bill. All right. Question from Senator Gooch.
Have we not passed this bill?
I thought we did
multiple
too.
times?
Yes, sir, we've passed this bill multiple times, and multiple times our friends across the way have completely jacked it up. So we've brought it back over, taken that bad language back out, and are passing it through again for the safety of the citizens of Georgia.
Good answer, good answer.
We gotta get it just right so that there's like 1 or 2 people out there we don't want to run for sheriff, so.
Especially those that aren't qualified.
More importantly, those that aren't qualified. All right, moving on. Senate Bill 535, Senator Kirkpatrick.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is also a department bill. This is for the Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities. And
Hint. Go ahead.
And it reorganizes the governance structure for the CSBs to make them more consistent across the state.
Okay. And SR 480 is mine. It's recognizing the importance of forestry in this state and the great threat of the southern pine beetle. Any questions? I'm a huge opponent of southern pine beetles. Yeah, Senator Alvarez, you're recognized at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was concerned there were no mention of crickets based on the
Crickets
section
aren't
that-
taking out pine trees at the level that the southern pine beetle is.
I recommend a study committee.
Maybe. I mean, you can always do a floor amendment, should you have that opportunity. All right, moving on. SR 567, Senator Kirkpatrick, you are with us.
Say, just a resolution raising awareness of Prader-Willi syndrome, which is a rare genetic disorder.
You know, that was interesting. I'd never even heard of it until committee the other day, so I'm
You
glad
and
you're
me
doing
both,
this.
Mr. Chair.
We are now aware of it and need to make sure everybody else is. All right, that covers them all. I would suggest it'd be a good idea to move the 2 Senate resolutions that is not a joint study committee, which is SR 800. We'll leave that one, but the other 2 we could move, for sake of time, to a consent calendar. If I got a motion already from Senator Jackson, and I got a second from Senator Williams. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. And motion carries unanimous. So it cleans those out. All right, let's pick a few. Where's my list? All right, Senator Jackson, you had a ding-ding that I was going to award you yesterday, and you weren't here, so I want to honor that commitment.
So what's the rule on double ding-dings?
You would just get another one immediately.
Okay, let's just do SB 500.
500. Let me see that. Hey. All right, go ahead.
And
What's your
then
next one?
SB 399.
399. All right. Good job. All right, Senator Gooch.
Well, let's start with the inevitable. Senate Bill 34.
34. Hey. It's a ding-ding.
Let's go to the bottom of the page. Senate Bill 441.
Ooh. Double ding-ding. Double ding-ding.
All right, getting lucky. Lottery. All right, let's try Senate Bill 535. How lucky can I be?
Man, this guy's hot.
Whoa,
Triple
what about
ding-ding.
What a coincidence.
It's his birthday. That's your birthday present. All right, you get one more.
Let's go with an easy one. SB 470.
470. Got Albert's in his ear over there.
Yeah, he's
begging.
talking trash.
470. Okay. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Senator Rhett's not with us. Senator again.
Yes, sir. I think HB 377. Very end of the last page.
377, HB 377. Okay. All right, I'm going to add a couple myself. I haven't had any picks this year. Let's go SB 472. And let's go, I'm kind of feeling sorry for our little freshman. And I think I'd like to have fun with him on the floor tomorrow. So let's put him on 513. Hold on, you're recognized, Senator
Did
Gates.
Chairman Ginn's pick get put on? House Bill 377?
It did.
Okay. 'Cause I didn't know, did we hear about that bill today?
We did, Senator Setzler.
Okay, I wasn't paying.
You
attention.
just weren't used to him being in the microphone
Such a
so short.
amount of time.
Yeah,
He explained it quite well.
yes.
All right.
No. All right, let's go. We've got Senate Bill 34, Senate Bill 399, Senate Bill 441, Senate Bill 470, Senate Bill 472, Senate Bill 500, Senate Bill 513, Senate Bill 535, and HB 377. Is that what you got? All right, I got a motion from Senator Albers. I got a second from Senator Ginn. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carries unanimous. See y'all back on the floor here shortly. Meeting adjourned.